In the world we live in today, technology is constantly changing and developing the way we live and our ability to communicate with one another. It dominates our society and has the ability to transform our everyday lives. Dufty explains learning from ICT and learning with ICT prepares children to take part in our changing world, both inside and outside school, developing real transferable life skills. However, Walshaw, Noble and Stone state that technology can either reduce divisions in society or amplify them. Therefore, it may not necessarily be a positive transformation. So what is digital inclusion? Seal explains that one may read an article or chapter on digital inclusion and still be illiterate on the subject. This uncertainty in regard to the definition of digital inclusion means it is in danger of becoming a meaningless concept which at best is ignored and at worst is rejected. Selwyn and Facet imply that digital inclusion occurs when every pupil has access to the luxuries of technology. Therefore, digital inclusion can focus on the inequalities that some children may encounter if their diverse range of technological indulgences isn't accessible to them. Seal argues that this places them at a disadvantage, marginalising them from society and consequently digitally excluding them. The digital divide in today's society indicates the experience that children have with technology outside of school. Seal explains this reveals who has access to technology and who has not. Statistics show children that come from poor families do not do as well as children who come from wealthy families. Perry and Francis explain that children's attainment is related to parental qualifications, occupation, and income. The data from Ofcom supports this, showing only 83% of children from poorer backgrounds have access to the internet, compared to 99% of children from wealthier backgrounds. But how can we move away from this digital divide? And how can technologies be designed and developed to help these excluded children? This is the Technology Enhanced Learning Research Programme's key theme, to encourage the digitally excluded to become included, supporting them to learn and to stay in touch. will.i.am has become involved in promoting and donating money towards STEM education. This is a subject he appears to feel passionate about, wanting to give back to children from similar unprivileged backgrounds as himself. Will explains that currently in the ghettos, STEM education is not present. Therefore, in 20 years' time, it will be even worse in these areas as technology will be everywhere. His aim is to get children looking up to engineers and inventors instead of musicians and athletes, as these jobs are more attainable, even though they are not perceived as being culturally cool. It is evident to see that Will feels providing STEM education in unprivileged backgrounds will foster digital inclusion in these areas across the world. His finishing statement in the article made the biggest impact, stating the world doesn't need another musician, they need another Bill Gates. Digital inclusion can also be in reference to children with a special educational need. The Technology Enhanced Learning Research Programme reasoned that children with physical and learning needs have particular difficulties accessing digital technology such as the internet. As a result, it is fundamental that researchers develop our digital world in order to provide systems that are available, easy to use and influential. Schools should provide a curriculum that caters for every child's individual needs. Dufty supports this by reinforcing the teacher's responsibility to meet the children's targets. The variety of digital technology that can be provided for children with special educational needs demonstrates that inclusion can be nurtured and promoted in primary education. The apps and programs that have been developed to support children's needs have amazed me. For example, Echoes has been created to transform the acquisition of communication skills. This provides children with autism a technology-enhanced learning environment to develop their exploration and interactive skills. As of yet, I am still waiting to see this implemented in placement. The research for digital inclusion aspires to identify, develop and evaluate tools, methods and practices that subdue the barriers to an inclusive education, as well as ensuring individual needs are met efficiently. In conclusion, if the internet and digital technology are dispersed evenly and used effectively across schools from a variety of different backgrounds, they can increase the learning and development for children from unprivileged backgrounds and offer invaluable access for children with an SEN.